I heard these men and women, and there was something going on in me, in my spirit, when I heard these people talking. I didn't know what it was. And they were teaching me about business and stuff, but there was something more. There was something underlying. And I became obsessed with these people that seemed to have this, this code. There was something there. And over the years, I started to notice that there were people in the industry, and I know you've seen them too. If you've been around business opportunities for a while, and yes, I'm going to tell you later about how you can make money here. I'm going to tell you later about what we got, but I want to teach you something first. I want to come in service to you. So relax and spend a half an hour and let me show you something that could change things for you. And then you can find out how you can make a buck. So I started to notice that there were these guys and gals. There was kind of, and the first one I noticed was gal two up for me in my company. And she had no clue. She was like, and with all due respect, she was dumb as a stump. Nice lady, love this lady, but she had no clue. And she was making $4,000 to $5,000 a month. And I kept thinking, how does she do it? How does she do it? And then I started to notice all these other people that were making gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs and gobs of money. And I grew up in a $3 billion company. So there's people making, when I talk gobs of money, I'm talking gobs of money. And I actually figured it out and weaseled my way and started hanging out with some of these people. And I got into the parties after the events. And I hung out and I spent my days decoding them. And it was like, how to explain this? Here's what I feel like with you guys tonight. And I know that those of you that are from New York or spent time in New York, I know there's a bunch of you on the line, will know what I'm talking about. Our beautiful Queen of Iowa may not, because I don't know that she had this out in Iowa, but that's okay. You guys have seen it on TV if you haven't experienced it. In New York, in the suburban neighborhoods out on Long Island, Joe Munzer knows what I'm talking about. You guys remember when you were a kid and somebody would hear the ice cream truck, and they'd hear that, and you could hear it far away, and one kid would hear it, and that one kid would go, ice cream, and everybody would scramble to run for their mother to get their dollar because it was coming. They could hear it. The ice cream truck was coming. That's what I feel like. Because, guys, I made it in MLM. I figured out how to sell product hand over fist. I built a downline. I learned how to do it. Did I go all the way to the top? No, I didn't, because I got tired of it and I ended up doing something else. But did I crack the code and figure all that stuff out and this and that and learn how to do it? Yeah, I did. But that wasn't ever what turned me on about it when I sat down and really thought about it. It was the personal development and the ability. You see, I wanted to be like the guys. I didn't want to be like there's always this group of ladies and they worked like animals. And they were working like animals and yeah, they made good money and they made like $10,000, $15,000 a month, which for a housewife is great money. But they were always working and they were on the phone and they were like, they couldn't go anywhere and they couldn't leave. They had no life. Guy I studied, man, Frank from Long Island. Frank, Oakdale, Long Island. Frank, all Frank ever did was play golf, and he made $800,000 a year. He had a boat. He'd go out on the Sound. Excuse me, not on the Sound, on the ocean. He'd go out on the river and out to the ocean. Frank had I don't know what it was, how many foot sea rated big boat. I don't know what they were. Huge boat. It was gorgeous. Frank drove a Bentley. I'm not kidding. He drove a Bentley. And Frank played golf. Made $800,000. I don't know which one's better. The lady that's on the phone all day long, can never go anywhere, and all she ever does is talk to people, bathe and diaper her downline, or Frank. God rest his soul, one of my mentors who's passed away. Call me kooky, but I wanted to be like Frank. And I started to study these guys. And then I come to meet Joe Schroeder, who has been my biggest teacher, founder of this community, the man I stand next to, I work with, and I honor. And Joe's like always out driving around. He just got a brand new truck. He's out driving around. He's over here. He's over there. And he'll call me up. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm at the post office. Oh, yeah, I'm over here. Oh, yeah, I'm going out to lunch with Charlie. When do you ever work, Joe? Well, he does early in the morning, and he writes and does all that stuff. But Joe, it's just great lifestyle. I just bought a new barbecue grill. I just did this. That's what I wanted to be like. And I'm the girl that hears the ice cream truck. Now, I'm going to illustrate to you what I learned last night at Billy Joel, through the Billy Joel concert. I've had this experience over and over and over again. It wasn't very long ago that a whole crew of us were at our last Money Mastery School, our last Wisdom School, and a whole crew of us went to watch a gentleman named Kid Rock. And some of you guys will turn up your nose and prejudge because you think he's a foul-mouthed whatever. He's also one of the most talented musicians I've ever seen. He plays every instrument under the sun. And he sings everything from some of that foul-mouthed stuff right up into some beautiful love songs, Motown, you name it, country music, ballads, you name it, the boy can sing it, the boy can play it. Frank was there. A bunch of people were there. And I had the same experience that night, but last night it was so clear to me. I'm going to relate it back, circle around to what this has to do with Starlink and what this has to do with you. I'm not looking for people that want to make money. I can refer you to 22 programs that will take your money that you won't make any money at. Go give that to someone else if you want to do that. I said it last week very clearly and very strongly. I'm looking for people that want to make a change. I paid off $40,000 worth of credit card debt and built a huge bank account. I buy cars cash now. I'm remodeling my house cash. I don't worry about it. It's not an issue in my life. So if you want to make $1,000 selling some uppity-up program, this isn't the one for you. If you want to learn skills and the way to think that will impact you forever so that you can make money here, I mean, guys, we got a pay plan. Joe didn't need to put a pay plan on his stuff. I don't need to put a pay plan on anything that I do. I know what I have. I know who I am. Go look me up. We serve because we want to take other people with us. Guys, it's ice cream. It's ice cream. It's coming. Go get your butt from your mom because the ice cream truck is here. I don't know if it's going to come again later. It's here now. And I serve and I teach and I train because I know that there's one or two that can hear me. Because what you don't know is that everybody that's ever cracked this code and figured this thing out is literally screaming clues at you all day long. And guys, I'm talking about the code that makes life ease and flow. I'm talking about the code that makes it so I don't have to worry about being fat no more. I don't have to worry about money no more. I don't have to worry about where my kids are going to go to college if they choose to. I don't know if they will. I don't know if it's right for them. But I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about whether I need to have my daughter's wedding at the Elks or not. It's not an issue in my life. I was listening for the code of ease, not the code on how to make $1,000. You have to learn how to make $1,000. I had to learn how to sell some product. I had to learn all this stuff. It's like an obstacle course, and it's like you have to get through the tires, to get through the thing you climb up, and so on. If you fall down and you don't get up, you're out. So I've noticed that every person goes through these 4 stages, and I want you to write them down. People who have this in them. By the way, there's people that don't have this in them. There's people that don't feel this. If I'm not resonating with you, if you can't hear me tonight, you're like, what is she talking about? You don't have it. It's okay. Not everybody does. But I knew that there was something more for me. I knew it. Linda Russell knew it. Frank Dickinson knows it. The whole bunch of you on the phone, a whole bunch of you that hang around here. The reason why you can't go anywhere and you can't listen to anything else is because you know you have this thing. So I started to notice that everybody that had it, and the easiest place to look for this, by the way, after this call tonight, you will never hear another song the same way. You will never watch another movie the same way. Television's different because most television's mind candy garbage. It's designed to melt your mind. But a good film, good music, good art, you'll never be able to look at it or hear it again the same way after I explain this to you tonight. Anybody that has this thing inside of them, the first thing that happens, you want to write these down, I'm going to go through, is they hear the call. They know there's something more for them. That's what's kept you in this industry. You're looking for something. For most of you, you think you're looking for money, but what you're looking for is a way to express yourself or to do the thing you were born to do and that you love. I'll say it again. I'm going to slow down. You hear the call. Most of you interpret it as a call to money because you want money, but really the money is just a vehicle for you to do that which you were born to do. It's racing cars, it's playing your guitar, it's driving a bus across the country, it's building homes for children that have been abused, it's nurturing, healing, loving, teaching. For me, it was teaching, guys. Teaching. The call. You feel it in you, and you know that there's something special about you. You don't know what it is. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing, but you hear the call. You feel it coming out of you. The next stage is society's pull. Society sees that you're a little different, and it starts to pull at you. My parents pulled at me. They didn't want me to leave my job. I now make 5 times as much money at least. I have freedom. I have this. I have that, and I've been home with my children. My children are 12 and about to be 15. I only have a few more years, guys. And they wanted me to give that up for benefits. I couldn't. Society's pull. Society's pull telling you how to dress, how to think, how to walk, how to talk. If you get through society's pull, and it's like gravity or something, it's very hard to get through it. The next stage, write it down, is the transition and release. Transition and release. And then the last stage is when you go into state and you become authentically you. And that's what you're looking for, because when you become authentically you, all your gifts are amplified and money flows to you. And it can't be taken away. If your program goes away, your this goes away, your that goes away. Guys, do you think there's anything in the world that could stop me if this platform that I have tonight went away for whatever reason? Joe decided to move away to, wherever he decided to retire or something. Do you think you could stop me? It's not possible, because now I'm in state. And there would always be a way for me to make money. There would always be a way. I've mastered all of this through diligence. And over the course of 9 years, and I know you don't want to hear that. Now, did I make money along the whole way? Yeah. So I'm going to go through, and I'm going to show you through the work of Billy Joel, which most of you are familiar with, but you could relate this to John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Elton John, any singer-songwriter or any filmmaker, any actor. The reason why I use song lyrics is they're easy for you to pull, and they're easier for you to understand. You're going to go back, if you've been a student with me, if you've been working with me for some time, if you go back and listen to my audios, you'll see the same thing. I express all of it. If you go into films, you'll see it screaming at you. You're going to hear songs from now on. They'll just come on the radio, a song you've heard for 30 years. And all of a sudden the words will fly and pierce into your heart, and you're going to go, oh, my God, they were telling me. Guys, ice cream truck is coming. If you just listen for it, everybody that's ever accessed this is going they're screaming it at you. Tim Welch is a different person than he was a month ago because he can hear the music. So now Tim has had the call when he got here. Now he gets to go through society's pull, transition, and release. And if Tim is diligent and he keeps listening to that little song and he listens to his own song, it will line up and he will go into state. I don't know how long it will take him. And I dare say, guys, I don't have it yet. So don't mistake me for thinking I'm saying I have it. No, I just see it everywhere. And I'm pretty sure that I'm in my last stage. I can't tell you, but I'm pretty sure I'm close. The call is when you know that there's something going on inside of you. I used the song The Piano Man. Came out in 1973. I'm sure you've all heard it. It starts like this. Now, John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. He's quick with a joke or to light up a smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He says, Bill, I believe this is killing me. As the smile ran away from his face, well, I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. Do you have a job that you go to every day and you feel like if I could just get out of here, I could be what I was born to be? That's the call when you feel that thing in you. So now the next one is society's pull. I'm going to read a little bit here. I don't know if you guys know the song Allentown. Billy Joel put that together. If you guys are familiar with, industrial age, all those factories, these are steel mills in Pennsylvania, and they all shut down. And where I grew up, it was IBM. Everybody grew up, you went to high school, and you got a job at IBM, and you were set. Well, IBM shut down. So I'm going to just read a little bit of it. Well, we're living here in Allentown, and they're closing all the factories down. Out in Bethlehem, they're killing time, filling out forms, standing in line. Right? That's the unemployment lines. Well, our fathers fought the Second World War, spent their weekends on the Jersey Shore, met our mothers at the USO, asked them to dance with them slow, and we're living here in Allentown. But the restlessness was handed down, and it's getting very hard to stay. Now listen to this, guys, especially if you're my age or older. We're waiting here in Allentown for the Pennsylvania we never found, for the promises our teachers gave if we worked hard, if we behaved. So the graduations hang on the wall, but they never really helped us at all. No, they never taught us what was real, iron and coal, chromium, steel. And then it goes on, every child had a pretty good shot to get at least as far as their old man got. But something happened on the way to that place. They threw an American flag in our face. That was Vietnam. And then it says the last verse of the song is, well, I'm living here in Allentown, and it's hard to keep a good man down, but I won't be getting up today. So these guys lived by society's rules. They did what they were supposed to do. They lost their jobs. They lost their lives through the war and all this other stuff. And everything that they believed in and had been taught was gone because either they didn't have the call themselves or they had the call, but they obeyed society. Guys, here's more society. I don't know if you guys know this one. It's one of my favorites. I think it was probably like in 7th grade when it came out. Still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that your tie's too wide? Maybe I should buy some old tab collars. Welcome back to the edge of jive. Where have you been hanging out lately, honey? You can't dress classy till you spend a lot of money. Everybody's talking about the new sound funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. And the song goes on to talk about what's wrong with my car, what's wrong with this, you got to have this, you got to have that. And Billy Joel says, man, I don't care about none of that. Just give me my piano, give me my music, and leave me alone. Let me do my thing. But everybody's trying to tell him where to go, what to do, how to do it. Have you lived that? It's the pull of society. And it will pull you and pull you and pull you. And for most people that I come across, that's the stage that they're in. They heard the call. They know there's something more. They want something better. And now they're fighting the spouse who wants security. They're fighting the job because they can't walk away from their job because their kids are 3 years away from college and they can't possibly pursue what they want to pursue. They're my age or a couple years older. They're in their 40s, and they're going crazy. And I know there's two of you that just went, ah. It's okay. The next stage, and by the way, the other song I wanted to use tonight, but I don't have the lyrics, is Moving Out. He says, I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. I'm out of here. The next song is the transition. The next stage is the transition and the release. See, the transition is when you release from the good opinion of others. When do you stop worrying about, I'm going to look goofy if I do this or do that? When do you stop worrying about what everybody else in the sun thinks? When do you stop worrying about, if I study these books real hard and I study this, everybody's going to think I'm strange, I didn't go to the barbecue? It's the hurdle. It's put there on purpose. The ice cream truck is going, and they're all going, but you have to come to the thing. You can't do that because you have to come to the thing. And the ice cream truck's going, and you hear it, and nobody else around you can hear it. Guys, I got to read a song, and if you take it one way, it means something very different, but I'm going to interpret it a little different. Only the good die young. Billy Joel says to the young girl that he's trying to coax out of her home, you might have heard I run with a dangerous crowd. We ain't too pretty, we ain't too proud. We might be laughing a bit too loud, but that never hurt no one. So come on, Virginia, show me a sign. Send up a signal and I'll throw you the line. The stained glass curtain you're hiding behind never lets in the sun. Well, darling, only the good die young. Take that song and twist it, and now think. Joe Shorter, Diane Hochman, and all these people that know the escape hatch are going, send me a signal, I'll throw you a line. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm showing you the way. But you're busy trying to make $100 because you learned about the funded proposal. And you don't want to learn about servanthood, and you don't want to learn about the code because I want to learn how to do marketing. I do marketing all day long, guys. I'm pretty darn good at it. But until you have the code, nobody watches your videos. Have you noticed? Nobody joins your Facebook group. Have you noticed? And if they do, the only reason they joined it was to put a bunch of spammity junk in it. Nobody replies to your emails. Have you noticed? Social media. I use it all day long. But I got the code. They call me up all day long. Send me a signal, guys. I'll throw you a line. Here we go. Got a call from an old friend. We used to be real close. Said he couldn't go on the American way. Closed the shop, sold the house, bought a ticket to the West Coast. Now he gives them the stand-up routine in L.A. He said, I'm out of here. I'm following my dream. I don't need you to worry for me because I'm all right. I don't want you to tell me it's time to come home. I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life. Go ahead with your own life. Leave me alone. So we've been through the call. Did you guys hear those beeps? I don't know because I don't have my usual guys sending me the numbers, but the beeps mean one of two things. Most of you guys don't know this. It means people are coming or they're going. They could be coming because at 10 o'clock they get off their other conference calls, and they could be coming. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I've already irritated a few people. In fact, I've probably agitated enough of you tonight that you will sit and curse me every time you turn on the radio from now on. Because all you're going to hear is words that go do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And you're either going to go run and get your dollar. Heck, tonight what I'm going to show you doesn't cost $1. It's free. Or you're going to hear it every time from now on, and you're going to go curse that woman. Because you have the call. If you're still on this phone line right now, after almost 40 minutes, you already have the call. You hear it inside of you. You're in society's pull. You're trying to figure out how to tell people, go ahead with your own life, leave me alone. I don't care what you say anymore. And I have the keys to the castle, and I can show you how to get into state. And yes, there's home study courses, and there's classes, and you have to sit on calls, and you have to come to retreats. Carl Rackey's coming out. He's going to be with us at the Wisdom School. And you come to a Wisdom School, and, you spend a few bucks, and you're there, and your life changes. Guys, do you know how many times I went to a seminar, a meeting, a thing to get close to the person that had the code? Do you know how many people I nudged my way to get to talk to them, I bought lunch for to get the code? I'm here today because I weaseled my way a million times because I heard it. Somebody said, come to Boston because you might get to meet a guy, and I think he might have part of the code. In my car, up to Boston. I sit in the room with the guy. We have lunch. The guy goes, hey, have you talked to Joe Schroeder? Ooh. Get on the internet. Joe Schroeder just started writing a blog. He'd been retired for a little while, but he just started writing a blog this week. Call him up. What are you doing? How you been? I listen to your tapes, blah, blah, blah. The next thing you know, here's Diane. And he teaches her the code. And she turns around and she goes, send me a signal, I'll throw you a line. And 300 people on the phone call. And not 5 of you will email me tonight and go, I'm sending the signal, and I'm in as long as it takes because I want a life of ease and flow, and I want it. And I know I have the thing. I just have to train myself. How long do you think it took Billy Joel to learn how to play the piano like he plays the piano? He sat down, that concert opened, and he's going, it's like amazing. How long do you think it took me to learn how to do a conference call like this? Hi, say your name and where you're calling from. This is Diane. I'm in Bristol, Connecticut, and I'm excited you're here tonight on the Herbalife International Opportunity Call. And we're going to have a great speaker tonight, and I'm really excited. So if you want to say your name and where you're calling from, I'm not kidding. Y'all get boo-boo, and you go running home. Send me a signal. I'll throw you a line. Here's the last part, guys. The last part. It's when you go into state. And I had a whole bunch of songs I wanted to read on this. Unfortunately, my computer went down. So the only thing I have here is I sent out an audio today. Some of you guys saw it with a picture I took last night. And the song I included with that was The River of Dreams. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep from the mountains of faith to the river so deep. I must be looking for something sacred I lost, but the river is wide, and it's too hard to cross. Even though I know the river is wide, I walk down every evening and stand on the shore. I try to cross to the opposite side so I can finally find what I've been looking for. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep through the valley of fear to a river so deep. I've been searching for something taken out of my soul, something I'd never lose, something somebody stole. I don't know why I go walking at night, but now I'm tired and I don't want to walk anymore. That's society pulling at him. I hope it doesn't take the rest of my life until I finally find what I've been looking for. You're standing on the river. I'm on the other side. And like I said, I'm pretty darn close. And I'm saying to you, ice cream, guys! Freaking ice cream! Don't you hear it? Tim Welch hears it. He's in the book. He's studying. He's writing. He's picking up the rhythm. What are you guys doing? I don't know how to run an ad. Have you read the letters? It's in there. Billy Joel was screaming the code. He's screaming the life stages. Elton John screams it. Go read the lyrics. John Lennon screams it louder than most everybody. That's why they killed him. The question is, can you hear it? Some of you can't. That's okay. But I'm only looking for people that are looking for me. And I'm only looking for people that heard me tonight and can hear him And if you can't hear us, that's okay. Maybe there's another teacher out there for you. If you have the call, you have to escape society's pull like gravity. You have to go through the transition and release of other people's opinion and letting go of society and your ego, which is the hardest to release. And you have to find the state. You're going to die if you don't. What did the guy say? I just threw the lyrics to the side. If I could just get out of this place. What does he say? I'm going to die. I don't know where it is. I'm throwing stuff. Yeah, he says, Bill, I believe this is killing me, as the smile ran away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be a fill in the blank if I could just get out of this place. But there's a couple of you that heard me tonight. So thank you to all you Billy Joel fans, all you Starlink people, Queen of Iowa, my New York posse. We'll hang out on the stoop later, play a little Team Ghost until it's too dark and our mothers call us. And, guys, be in touch with me and let me know when you hear the code in songs, when you see it in a movie. It's going to be all around you. It's the wisdom of the ages. Billy Joel, Elton John, John Lennon, they're all screaming it at you. And when you stop and think about it, a lot of people that got access to this gift had some real struggles in their life because it is the gift. And they didn't know how to handle it. So many made it through, and I can tell watching that man last night on that stage that he figured it out, and he's all right. And he's given it out. He gave it out last night. So let me open up the line. Thank you. I appreciate and love all you guys. And ice cream. I'll see you guys in a little while.